I'm going to get you to 10 perfect pull-ups. And to do that, we're going to reverse engineer the problem. They're much harder than people think, and we've got to respect that. Now, this might be a blow to the ego, but if you think you can do between 5 and 10 reps, you might find out in the sec that your body has in fact been compensating all this time. And this is the giveaway, the shoulder blades hiking up to the ears instead of depressing and downwardly rotating like so. If this is true, then muscles like your lats, serratus, lower traps are not engaging well. You won't get stronger and you won't make progress. So we'll start by going over the proper setup and execution of the pull-up, and that might fix your problems straight away. But if you do find out they are harder than you thought, it's okay. I'm going to go through all the exercise progressions and simple programming advice to get you to 10 perfect pull-ups. Let's go. Okay, step one, get some chalk in your hands if you can. You need to have dry hands so that you can get a very strong grip. Step two, we're going to make sure that the hands are just outside shoulder width. And this is where people start to go wrong already, not using the thumbs, okay? A lot of people will take the thumb the other side of the bar, but we've got to wrap the thumb around and we've got to embed the bar deep in the palm of the hand. I go right over and then pull down like so. That strong grip is so important to radiate tension through the arm into the shoulder and also to create a bit of breaking the bar sensation to create torque. Again, stabilizing the shoulder so you're very strong when you initiate the pull. Okay, so from there, I'm going to hang the legs. I'm going to press the knees together, create some lower body tension to stabilize the pelvis. Now, another step that gets missed if you come round to the side. Before you initiate the pull, we need to tuck the pelvis. Right now, I'm a little bit arched in my lower back. I need to connect the ribs and the hips. So I'm just gonna tuck like so. You can see my abs engaged there. Breathe in, now pull. Slowly lower, and repeat. On that pull up, I am thinking about pulling the bar down instead of lifting my head over the bar, because that's what kind of dumps the shoulders over. So think about pulling the bar towards you. And again, we've got to drive those shoulder blades down. That is the top position. I'm going to pause for a split second, slowly lower, breathe in through the nose till I'm fully lengthened and then ready to go again. Let me show you what that looks like from the back. Okay, so I have a strong grip. I'm hanging, I'm going to tuck the pelvis, I'm going to think about breaking the bar, breathe in, pull, shoulders are down, depressed away from my ears, split second pause, breathe in strong, repeat. Okay, so that is what the pull-up should look like. Now let's look at some of the ways that our form can be compromised. Okay, so number one, you have no core tension, okay? Your back is arched, the ribs are flared. We have no connection between the ribs and the hips. If you initiate the pull-up from that position, A, you're gonna be weak, and B, the shoulders are not gonna do their thing. You're not gonna get your back strongly engaged. We need to make sure that we are tucking the pelvis to create that stable torso position, then breathe in to create some pressure in the belly, then pull, okay? When you do that, you are tremendously strong and locked in through the torso, so you can be strong through the lats. Number two, the main culprit is shoulders hiking up to the ears like so, okay? This is 9 out of 10 people's pull-ups, and they don't realize it, okay? We have to make sure that we are pulling the shoulders down away from the ears and getting locked in there. See the difference? You can practice these scapular pull-ups to get used to that motion. We need very strong scapular depressors to get there instead of there. Number three, elbows flared out to the sides. We cannot do a good pull-up if they're shooting off in that direction. This is why the thumbs matter. We need to place them around the bar and we need to think about breaking the bar, okay, to create some external rotation and ensure that the elbows track 45 degrees. Same as a bench press. We want to be here because this is a very strong line of pull for the lats. So make sure you're using those thumbs, break the bar, elbows finish directly under the wrists. Okay, hopefully that pull-up tutorial was helpful. You might now be stronger, or you might have found out that they are actually more challenging than you thought. That's okay. Sometimes we need to regress to progress. I do this all the time on exercises, and it's what takes my performance to the next level. It will do the same for you too. So I'm now going to show you some of my favorite exercise progressions and some simple programming advice to get you to 10 perfect pull-ups. Okay, starting with the pull down. Now, despite what some of the internet has to say, the pull down is your best friend to build your pull-up. It's the same movement pattern, it's a vertical pull, so it works the same muscles. And the benefit in using a pull down is that you can now load it with less than your body weight. You can then work on simple weight progressions until you can handle nearly your full body weight. Then we're ready for pull-ups. Okay, let's go over technique real quick, because this is another reason people struggle with pull-ups, is because they've perhaps never done pull downs correctly and not developed the muscles in the right way. So two things that are really important here. One is torso position. We want to keep that locked in so we get a full stretch and full shortening. And the other thing is elbows tracking at about a 45 degrees, not flared out to the sides. So let's go through that. Okay, so I'm going to grab the bar, sit directly underneath the machine. From here, I'm going to take a deep breath in through the nose to create some tension through the core. Then I'm going to drive my elbows down, squeeze and lock it in, and then slowly reach up, lean forward slightly to get a full stretch, breathing in. Breathe out, breathe in. Come and watch that from the side so you can see my torso position. So I'm going to breathe in, exhale, pull down, shoulders down away from the ears, pause, breathe in, lean forward to get that full stretch, and repeat. Let's now go through a couple of the common compensations. The first is lifting the chest on the way down. If we do this, we're not going to fully shorten the lats. We're not going to get that depression and downward rotation of the shoulder blades that we're looking for. Okay, and then here, my lats are not fully lengthened either. We've got to keep that torso position here, rib cage stacked over the pelvis, and that's maintained with intra-abdominal pressure. So we have to breathe in to create core tension, then exhale, keep the ribs down, then inhale, again, keep the ribs down, and now we're fully shortening, fully lengthening. So we're working the back through a full range of motion. The second is shoulder blades hiking up to the ears, the same as they do in the pull-up. So you got to practice that scapular depression, okay? So just do a few reps like this with lightweight to learn that movement, and then make sure when you're doing your pull down, you're driving those shoulders down, getting that squeeze in the lower traps. Okay, so start light if you can't do that with heavy weight. Make sure you maintain that torso position and you're moving correctly through the shoulder blades. Okay, so I lied. Pull downs don't fully get you ready for pull-ups because there's one component that they miss, and that's anterior core strength. And this is fundamental because pull-ups are an advanced core exercise. We've already talked about this. We need to maintain stacked rib cage over pelvis. And to do that, we've got to be very strong in the front of our abs. So that's where exercises like dead bugs, also known as DNS 3-month position, are really helpful to develop that strength. And that is a monster topic that we can cover another time. So once you've worked on pull downs, got really strong at them with great technique, once you've developed good anterior core strength, now we can get back to the pull-up bar. Now, some people will tell you that band-assisted pull-ups are useless because they help you at the bottom position where you're naturally strongest and not at the top where you're naturally weakest. But that's not my experience. I think the band can be really useful as a tool to help you get to the top in an optimal position, and then you can get down and use that stretch to get back up there. So we can grade the thickness of the band to how much help we need. We can loop that over one knee, get into that same position, So you can see I'm going a little bit quicker than I perhaps normally would, but again, that's the advantage in the band. It helps you to get up there with the shoulders down, and then we can use that stretch in the band at the bottom to get back up to the top. And that's why I really like the band assisted pull-up. And the other pull-up variation is eccentric only. This is where we jump up and slowly lower all the way down, and then repeat. Jump up, lock it in, slowly lower down, and repeat. We are naturally stronger when muscles lengthen under tension. That's what an eccentric muscle contraction is, compared to a concentric contraction where muscles shorten. So that would be the next progression. Using the band assisted and eccentric is a great combination to build that pull-up strength. Now that we've gone through the exercise progressions, I want to wrap this video up with some programming advice. So first of all, try to do vertical pulling twice per week. So if you follow an upper-lower split, you can do one on each upper body day. If you do a 3-day full body split, for example, which is what I do, try to do a vertical pull on 2 of those days, ideally 3 or 4 days apart to get that stimulus. Next up is tempo, super important. This relates to the speed of the reps. And ideally, we want to always pause for a split second at the top and then lower for 2 to 3 seconds, making sure that we work the muscles through a full range of motion. If you're flying through your reps at speed, you're using momentum, you're not going to develop the muscles sufficiently. In terms of set and rep schemes, one of the most underutilized and effective ways to build your pull-up strength is to use cluster sets. So for example, instead of doing a straight set of 10, which might be too challenging right now, you break that up into mini sets of reps with short rest periods. For example, you can do 2 reps, rest for 10 to 15 seconds, 2 reps, and repeat until you get to 8 or 10 reps. The benefit of using cluster sets is that you preserve excellent technique. It doesn't deteriorate as you get fatigued. It also allows you to do more volume than you otherwise would, because those mini rests help to partially recover so you can knock out a few more. So I hope that video was helpful. I hope that it helps you to get to 10 perfect pull-ups. Do respect that it's a really challenging exercise, but it's a really fun goal to go after. And I know that you can do it. If you keep training hard and smart, you'll get there. Thanks for watching. If you found it valuable, please give a like, drop a comment, and subscribe if you haven't done already. I'll see you in the next one.